Melody is like a ghost that sneaks around from post to post. I'm coming.
I hear his laughter.
In the silly night he sneaks into your very brain and shrieks, I want you, come on, I'll haunt you.
What is he after?
I'm a musical Mephisto, I'm another Monte Cristo. All this ragtime world belongs to me. Oh, that syncopated boogie boo. He's after me. He's after you. Get away. He'll try to try you with the music and then, oh Lord, he yelled with me, come along with me, learn my melody, that's your penalty. When the shades of night begin to fall, you'll hear him call, and all hum a tune. That's him rumbling, that's him stumbling here, him grumbling here, him mumbling, I'm a syncopated does not pay rent, he sleeps in some old instrument, a moaning.
Beat him, I dare you.
You never know when he is near until he whispers in your ear, I'll get you, be glad I met you.
Don't let him scare you.
Other ghosts are melancholy, follow me, I'll make you jolly. I'm the ghost that always makes you hum. Oh, that syncopated boogie boo. He's after me. He's after you. Get away. He'll try to try you with the music and then, oh Lord, he yelled with me, come along with me, learn my melody, that's your penalty. When the shades of night begin to fall, you'll hear him call, and all hum a tune. That's him rumbling, that's him stumbling here, him grumbling here, him mumbling, I'm that syncopated
Boogie boo.
On the wall hangs a brown wooden clock, saying tick-tock, tick-tock, for far from a tree in fair Germany. Tick-tock, tick-tock. In its heart lives a pretty bird too, cuckoo, though made of pine wood, it's almost as good as the wonderful real and true cuckoo, cuckoo, see a little red door at the top, slip-slop, off flies the bird blue to sing just for you. Cuckoo, 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 The sun goes to sleep in his dark crimson bed. La-la-lee, la-la-lee. His folds are of gold, his soft shoulders are red. La-la-loo, la-la-loo. The cloudlets sail by and the murmur good night. La-la-lee, la-la-lee.
rather high. Yet no day so happy I've ever known since when we last lived and loved, you and I. We were poor to be sure, but we cared not for gold. Life was fair, debonair, in those dear days of old. Ah, those were the good times, I dream of them yet, when I was a student and you a grisette. I don't expect that you've been true to me. Thank you, you're very kind. I don't expect that men can faithful be. Thank you, if you don't mind. But I do expect, no matter whom you love, all the time to me you will recall. So don't read the letter to your other girl, and don't turn my picture to the wall. An heiress was I, and you were a king, so between us we hadn't a crown. But his was our kingdom, and all it could bring. Love was better than wealth or renown. You and I could defy all the whole world might say, when we dined and drank wine in that little cafe. Oh, well, I remember, forget if you can, when we lived the life of the Quartier Latin. I don't expect that you've been true to me. Thank you, you're very kind. I don't expect that men can faithful be. Thank you, if you don't mind. But I do expect, no matter whom you love, all the time with me will recall. So don't read my letter to your other girl, and don't turn my picture to the wall.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the PAX 41 Music Time Machine show this Sunday morning, where I'm at. Some of you in other parts of the world may already be on Monday, but thank you for joining the show. I see that we do have people from all over the world right now. I see people from Europe and people from the States and people from Asia, and it's great to have everybody here today. And just want to make sure, I think you guys can hear me this morning. I had to change out microphones and stuff from the settings I used last week for the Halloween special. If you're not hearing me, just type it in, but I think that you can. And I'm just going to talk for just a little bit right here. So just a shout out and a thank you, and just so everybody knows, some of the photos, like the one you see on the screen right now, those were provided by History Man, also known as Troy. Thank you for letting me know. Yes, so Troy actually sent those over, and I went ahead and added them into the file. I like these vintage magazine photos. I think the graphics are great on them, and I like to have stuff that usually has to do with the time period. I think it gives people a better feel for the history and everything that was going on during the time when this music was popular on the, well, I don't want to say airwaves, because in the 1910s there really wasn't any airwaves yet, but in the 20s it started to happen, and then later. So just remember, if you're enjoying the program and the show, make sure that you click on the thumbs up button so that YouTube can read that information. That brings me to another thing. So, lately I've noticed that there haven't been a lot of comments on the posts on the channel, and it kind of made me wonder, either is this something that people are just listening to the music but not commenting, or is it maybe something that YouTube is not sending me the notifications? Anyways, but it was down considerably. Normally I would just get a ton of these notifications of these posts, but lately I'm not seeing that. So if I haven't responded to a comment that you've put on any of the posts, it's most likely then that I have not received a notification of that comment. But just FYI, remember everybody, when you're listening to the music and the video posts and stuff like that, remember to comment as much as possible. All the interaction is really one of the things that the algorithm looks at on YouTube, and that helps to push the channel up so that more viewers will find the channel and become exposed to the music. I'm actually really excited when I can look at the stats on the channel, and I can see that I've got people who are 24 to 34. There's all age groups that watch the channel, but 24 to 34 is probably the second largest group of individuals watching the channel and listening to the music, which I think is very, very interesting. I know a lot of them have got exposed to it through video games. So if any of you play video games and it's in a particular game that you play, please leave that in the comments, because I like to use that in the tag words so that it helps others who maybe play those games or who like that music to be able to find the channel. So that's, I think, what's helped start to create some more interest in this music. I'm going to look at the comments on here so I can kind of respond to anything. So just work with me, and then I'll put the music back on just in a few moments here. Let's see. So, SC asked about the song. I think the one he was asking about was the Margaret Romaine song, Skylark. So that will be on the channel after this post. If there's ever a particular song that somebody's interested in, remember, you can send in a request. If I have it available and I don't have any issues with copyright, I will try to get it into one of the shows. And I also, if people send me their email address to email me to the address that's on the channel page, which is TODD, B as in boy, O01@hotmail.com, you can request to get a song of your choice for free. I'll send you the file. That's for you contacting me and actually giving me your email address by doing that. I'm not going to barrage you with anything and stuff. I just want to keep a list of everybody's emails as much as possible, because I don't have any other way to contact people. If there's any problems, the next best way to do it is to go to Facebook, if you have a Facebook account, and there is a PAX 41 Music Time Machine channel. And if you go in there and you like that page and join it, then you can get notifications there as well if you didn't want to give out the email address. So just a little heads up on that. But if there's ever a problem with the system or ever want to do updates, I can send them out that way. Trust me, I've got probably 20, 30 people have emailed me so far, but I'm not barraging people with information. Actually, I think I've only done one email out to anybody. So I'm going to read the comments real quick here. So I see Grisa says it's 12:21. Well, thank you for staying up so late to watch the show. It's about the time I go to bed. And let's see here. Reading the rest of the comments. Now, just so everybody that's on here is listening right now, I think that Craig asked if I was going to make a video appearance today. I am not. I am planning on, so I'll let you guys know, doing a, it will be predominantly all 1910s music next Sunday. And the reason for that is that it's, I don't know if other people celebrate this holiday. They probably do in Europe, I would think. But it's actually Veterans Day here on November 11th. And that actually commemorates the end of World War I as well. So it will be exactly 100 years ago to the date next Sunday that World War I ended. And I recently obtained a vintage World War I uniform. It has the hat, the coat, the shirt, and the pants. I haven't received the package yet since I just got this last week. I actually found it and I was very interested in it. I was actually looking for hats, and then I saw that complete outfit, which wasn't priced too badly, and the clothing was all in really, really good shape. So I'll have to find out how I can clean those. The hat's actually my size. The pants are just a hair small, so I'll see if I can fit into them, or lose a little weight, or I can take them to a tailor. But I do need to see how I can go about cleaning the outfit. But I thought it'd be kind of fun, but I don't know if it'll be here in time and be ready to do the show. But I'll use it in another show as well. So I'm going to read comments here real quick. Well, good luck on your midterms, Grisha. And if you have it in the morning, you probably need to go to bed right now so that you do really well on your test. So, and Troy, yes, I get notifications. Oh, no, you have to email me when you upload new magazine photos. I don't get any notifications other than the ones that you email to me. Oh, I found the uniform, if that's what you're asking. I actually found it on eBay because I actually was looking for just a hat. And when I saw the whole outfit, I was like, the price wasn't extremely bad. Apparently, the seller had somebody on a previous auction default on paying, so they were trying to find somebody else to take it. So I went ahead and purchased it because I thought it was pretty rare to find a whole uniform all together that actually belonged to the same individual. Looks like it was somebody from Illinois because there are some old movie tickets in the pocket from 1918 and a pass to the YMCA dated from the same time frame as well. So I'm going to pause the talking for right now, and I'm going to go ahead and put some music on. Just bear with me every time I transition from talking to the music. There can be a 30 to 60 second pause, and I've actually decided to close out the previous player and then reopen a new one and load tracks, because it seems like sometimes if I try to load tracks on this computer, the other one I'm using, while the show's going, it will mess up the song sequence or interrupt one and another one will start. So I don't want to have that happen. So, okay. Thanks for joining, and I'm going to pause the talking and get some music ready for you guys.
Lovers always sing the same familiar thing. I love you, I love you, I do. How nice it would be to do it differently, but now that I'm singing to you, I love you, I love you, is all that I can say. I love you, I love you, the same old words I'm saying in the same old way. I love you.
and do is repeat. I love you, I love you. I love you, I love you. The same old words I'm saying in the same old way. Three words that are defined, and now, my dear, I'm waiting to hear the words that make you mine.
When Grandma was a girlie, it was the custom each night before she put up her hair and curls to kneel and tell her troubles to the angels. And that was the way with all the good little girls. But nowadays the maids are mercenary, for earthly blessings is all they seem to care. They go down on their knees and ask the angels please to hearken to this modern maiden's prayer. Give me a lot of bows and lots of pretty clothes. Give me a Pekingese and seats for all the shows. Give me a millionaire to fall in love with me. Take me to Rector's, pay the collectors, one of those purely platonic protectors. Give me a limousine and diamonds like a queen. Give me most anything else you have to spare. Give me the boy that I am after. Let me retain my girlish laughter. That is the 20th century maiden's prayer. And don't you know, last week I went out to a suffragette meeting and I spoke for the suffragettes. I said, give us a chance to vote. Let the women vote. Send us to the polls. Why don't you send us to the polls? And a fresh man in the audience yelled out, yes, send them to the polls, to the North and South poles. Give me a chance to vote and get some fellow's goat. Give me the right to search my husband's pants and coat. Give me a gown with lines, one must show them at times. If I display much, be optimistic. Give me a man with an eye that's artistic. Give me a bathing suit so folks can say I'm cute. Don't let the water even touch my hair. And if my marriage proves to be phony, give me lots of alimony. That is the 20th century maiden's prayer.
Stars and stripes, the emblem of our nation, grand old flag of strength and unity, that old flag that waves in all creation, our stars and stripes, the flag of liberty. Stars and stripes, our flag of grace and beauty, each brave heart will answer to thy call. Hand in hand we'll stand to do our duty, and we'll never let the old flag fall. We'll never let our old flag fall, for we love it the best of all. We don't want to fight to show our might, but when we start, we'll fight, fight, fight. In peace or war, our voices ring. My country, 'tis of thee we sing. Past the you do?
Well, how are you?
The day is lovely for a walk.
It's rather late.
Dear, can't you wait?
Do you only want to talk?
I like your style.
Don't make me smile.
I like your manner.
My heart's free.
I'll follow you.
I want you to.
You were made to order just for me.
My honey, someone was made to hold me in a spell.
Someone knows it well.
Someone
Has lips that seem to bring me bliss.
hoping for a kiss. June time, that silvery moon
Silvery moon
was
time.
made for
For
school time.
time and the hearts were made for turtle doving. The loving sunshine was made to
Make the flowers fair.
for a loving pair.
Ideas
Were made to see that we will always happy be. Springtime was made to order just for springtime.
and honey, you were just made to order for me.
Don't go away,
I'll always stay.
because I need you all the time.
Life is a song.
I love you long.
When it smells so sweetly time
A honeymoon.
is coming soon.
I'll always want you near my heart.
The world is glad,
We won't be sad.
and I know that we will never part.
My honey,
Someone was made to hold me in a spell.
someone knows it well.
Someone has lips that
Seems to bring me bliss.
hoping for a kiss. June time, that silvery moon
Silvery
time was made for school time.
Time and the hearts were made for turtle doving.
The loving sunshine was made to make the flowers fair.
For a loving pair.
Ideas were made to see that we will always have to be.
Springtime was made to order just for springtime.
And honey, you were just made to order for me.
Okay, I am going to be back on for just a few minutes, just to make a few more announcements. So first of all, I am your host, Pax41, and I want to thank everybody for joining me today. And if you are enjoying the show, please remember to like the show, share it on social media. Actually, I forgot to share it this morning on Facebook when I started the stream. So I did put a little announcement out there. So hopefully some of those people are finding the show today. And my player is giving me a few little fits today. So after I talk here, when I start it back up, once again, there will be probably a brief delay. I'm going to try to load in a longer playlist selection into that one. without having any issues. Sorry about this, everybody. But I'm having to use my older PC until I can get a different setup that works better, so I go back to my newer one here. So apparently the old PC doesn't seem to work well with that player, so it's kind of sensitive. So anyway, I'm going to continue some more 1910 selections, and then you'll get some 1920s selections, and there are just a few 1930s selections in the playlist planned today, as long as I don't have any hiccups here. So anyways, I'm gonna try to load that other player up, and just please bear with me. Like I said, there could be these brief pauses in between doing this. It's not like how I had it before, so hopefully I'll have this resolved by next week. I have a solution for it, but I just didn't have time to implement it. So just trying to do the channel, and then everything else that I do. It's a very time-consuming process. The music actually takes the most time, because a lot of the files, I'm actually restoring them for these particular shows. I'm not using ones that I've had previously restored. Occasionally I do that, but most of the time these are all new transfers that I've done and I've had to restore and stuff. So depending on the condition of the record, the process can vary on how long it takes me to get it cleaned up, if I can get it to sound the way I want. If not, then I don't load it. I just mark it bad copy. So anyways, just a little bit of information in regards to that. So, okay.
big and small. Rich man, beggar, or thief, somehow there's no relief. Lose, you're bound to get us all. When you try so hard to smile and life doesn't seem worthwhile, then you can tell you're under the spell of the blues. When you try to sleep, it seems nightmares take the place of dreams, then you can tell you're under the spell of the blues. Some bad omen like a hoodoo hovering over my head. Not a jinx, not a voodoo, something much worse. Gee, it's a curse. Shadows chasing after me, blue skies, you're a laugh to me. See, but it's hell when you're under the spell of the blues. There's no use trying to elude the blues that seems to be part of life's game. Although the cause may be different, the effect is always the same. I'm no exception to the rule, and I hate to complain when I lose. But a pair of blue eyes and two lying lips introduced me to those blues. He took the sunshine out of my life and left me shadows I dread. He took the happiness out of my heart and left me bitter memories instead. A fool there was, somebody said, and fools there will always be. And she's gonna do to some other poor fool the same as she did to me. Shadows chasing after me, blue skies, you're a laugh to me. Gee, but it's hell when you're under the spell of the blues.
Just don't begin to know the spot you've got me in. If I ever thought you'd be untrue, I just couldn't take it, baby, loving you the way I do. If it turned out I'd been giving my fool self a ride, had you figured out all wrong somehow, I just couldn't take it, baby. Couldn't do without you now. Some may take romance as just a song and dance, a game that they're just playing at. I just can't go gay and laugh off love that way. Can't help it, you've made me like that. Why, if I ever found that it was just a runaround and I didn't mean a thing to you, I just couldn't take it, baby, loving you the way I do. haunted by the echo of your last goodbye. The house is haunted by the memories that refuse to die. I can't get away from a vision that brings intimate glimpses of intimate things. A voice in my heart like a torch singer sings. I wonder who's kissing her now. The house is haunted by the echo of your favorite song. The place is cluttered up with roses that have lived too long, much too long. The ceiling is white, but the shadows are black. A ghost in my heart says she'll never come back. The house is haunted by the echo of your last goodbye.
Well, everybody, I am back, and I had some more selections planned for today's post, if you were reading the comments, but for some reason I can't find the remainder, and I'm afraid I may have inadvertently deleted those files, or they're on my other PC. I'll have to see, but now I have to cut the show shorter than I had planned it. I really wanted it to run for at least another probably 20 minutes. But with that said, I'm kind of reading some comments in here. So thanks, Henry. That is from On the Avenue. But this is important. So if you're listening, SC asked about being able to watch the stream after the show. 95% of the time, the streams are available for viewers to listen to after the show. When I stop the stream, it has to go through a processing period with YouTube, and then it becomes, I think, fully active at that point, unless I go in and make any modifications to it. And sometimes I do. I trim out the dead areas sometimes. But then I lose the comments, just FYI. So the ones that are on the side that you guys are typing, if I do any changes to it, then those get lost after. So, but here, this is really important. So the videos always go in as unlisted. So you won't see them unless you are actually subscribed to the channel. Everybody that's subscribed to the channel should get a notification via email from YouTube that I just did a new post. And you'll be able to, that's like the direct link to that unlisted video. A lot of times I will leave it in an unlisted status after the show because I've got to make sure that there are no issues with copyrights, etc. on the video, because a lot of times when after these process, they pop up and then I have to go in and basically dispute them to get that resolved if they're in there. So just FYI, because these are all my own remasters. I've taken the original recordings and remastered them and digitized them. So unless there's a copyright claim on the published composition, majority of the time it does not always apply to the sound recording. So just FYI, especially on British recordings, anything that's made from the 40s and before is all public domain 100% by their law, and our law applies to theirs based on what theirs is. And I think we need to change all of ours to match theirs. It's kind of a convoluted mess here in the States. So, but just FYI, so you should be able to see them. Occasionally, there's probably a few posts that I don't end up re-releasing because I didn't like something about it. So I basically end up deleting the post after the fact. This one won't be one of those because everything worked out okay. So just a little heads up on that. I'm going to read a few notes here real quick. So where Henry's telling me the last selection came from On the Avenue, and he's got on here Donna Lee is also the title of a bebop standard. I'm not familiar with the Donna Lee one. I know Donna, which was by Richie Valens. But, now I have to look it up. So, anyways, I hope everybody enjoyed today's show. And next week, I don't know if anybody heard me earlier, but just to reiterate, and Henry, I don't know if you were listening at that time or not. So, actually, next week is Veterans Day. And I'm supposed that you guys in Europe also probably commemorate that as well, but it's also the 100th anniversary of the end of World War I. And so because of that, I'm going to do a show on that day that is pretty much geared to selections from like between probably 1916 and 1918. So I know the war might have been a little bit longer than that, but U.S. involvement actually didn't even start, I think, until April of 1917, if I remember right. So, but I don't have any British recordings from that time period, so those aren't easy to find here in the States from that time period. And many of the British ones I have here, I've either imported or Fred has given me his original, and I've remastered it for the show. So anyways, I did obtain a period World War I uniform that was complete with the hat, the coat, the shirt, and the pants. If I get it, I may be able to have it and wear it on the show. The hat is my size, but the pants I think are a little bit smaller. It's in really good shape, so I'm not sure how much of it I will actually be able to do in such short time. So, but I can always use it for any kind of future show too. So anyways, I hope everybody will enjoy that. I love pieces of history, and I was amazed that there was actually a whole uniform altogether, which I happened to be able to get reasonably priced since somebody else had defaulted on paying on it. So I hope you can make the show. And Henry, at least I will have the hat if it comes in. I'll put that on. So, you know, I was kind of having to research how to clean it because I don't want it to get damaged or anything. And I'm kind of antsy about putting on something, even though it's probably not been worn in forever. And the pants are kind of like knicker type with those laces at the bottom. I'll have to do a little research on it because I'm not real familiar with that. So, but I'm very fascinated by that stuff. So I was trying to find other vintage or reproduction clothing to occasionally wear on the show, and then maybe even do some stuff on it. There was one lady that does listen, and she comments on the Facebook page. So just FYI, if you haven't, you can like PAX 41 Music Time Machine on Facebook, and that's a good way for you to get updated. That's why I usually ask people to email me their address or email address, so in case I ever have to do any updates, because it seems like they don't always get conveyed through the YouTube system. So anyways, and then I can kind of give you those announcements. If you're subscribed and I post something in the community section, you should get notified on it as long as you have your notifications turned on. Remember, at the top there's a bell. You'll see that bell on the right side up next to my picture probably, or whatever you got up there. It might be your icon, and you have to click on that, and then there's a cogwheel on that after that, I believe, and you have to click the settings on there if you want to get notifications or how you want to receive them. If not, you'll end up having to just come over and check the channel. And remember, the community is a tab on the main page. It's probably, I think, like 3 or 4 over, and it says community. If you click on that, I put posts in there every day, resurfacing old content and any notifications about anything upcoming. So, all right, and I'm just going to wish everybody, it's still Sunday here for me, but wherever you're at, I wish you guys all a great day or good evening, and I will be back. If I can find those selections that I misplaced, I might try to get those in one day during the week. So you might see a surprise appearance, okay? But thank you again for joining PAX 41, and have a great day, everybody.